Hey, y'all, how you doing? Welcome if you are new to the channel, and welcome back if you love me. I love you too. We're here for Free Card Friday. So for those of you who are new to the channel, Free Card Friday is something that I do to remind people that they are worth investing in, even if they can't afford a personal reading and it would be detrimental to them to invest in one. Spirit thinks of you and loves you and would guide you regardless, right? So I am here with presence to support you in that because you are worth investing in, okay? We do it for 3 subscribers. Hey, Rita. We pull guidance cards for 3 subscribers every Friday. Moon events, be kind. And for everybody who catches it in the replay, you could take any or all of the guidance messages in the replay as guidance and divine timing for yourself. Okay, so don't feel like just because you miss it that you are not worth investing in. The guidance is still here, and so are you. So if anybody would like a card, we've got 3 different decks. We've got the Spiritual as Fuck deck. That's deck number 1. We've got the Magical Spirit Oracle. That is deck number 2. And our Power Thought cards as deck number 3. So Rita and Kelly, I've got you on the list. Let me know which deck you would like, 1, 2, or 3. And we'll start pulling some cards. I love y'all so much. I love Free Card Fridays. I love being here. And it's late tonight, man. Hey, Christina, how you doing? It is late tonight. I got out of work and me and my son went across time zones to go grocery shopping. And Kelly, I got you for deck 2. And we ended up out there because some of y'all may have caught it. I got a general manager position within my company. I'm getting my own store. And so my head of HR went on a trip with me to show me my new store. To show me my new store, the location and where they're building and all this stuff. And it was just super exciting. So we did that. We went out, got some dinner, and then did some grocery shopping. And so here we are. Hey, Victoria, how you doing? Yeah. I'm so excited. So the new store will open tentatively the end of September or first week of October. So once that kicks into gear, I'm going to be putting in a lot of hours. A lot. So, all right, I got you for deck number 1, Rita. Yeah, so if you guys want a card, just let me know. And I will put your name on the list. Just let me know if you want deck 1, 2, or 3. But yeah, some of the scheduling is going to be a little different. Divine Rebels and Soul Stars will still have me for intention candles for the full moons. Still going to be doing the moon events. Readings will be very divine time. All right, Victoria, I got you. Deck 1, 2, or 3. Let me know. And yeah, I'll be as present as I can be. When I tell you, your girl is going to be putting in like 12 to 14-hour days. My pick. All right, Vic. I got you. All right. I got it. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. I'm going to be putting in hella hours. I'm going to get paid hella money. So I ain't complaining. Some people buy $700 TV sets. I don't. I buy $700 massage chairs. I literally did. I invested in a massage chair. That's my medical insurance for my fucking back. For real. For real. Shit is like fucking heaven. It arrived like 2 days ago. Oh my God. Best thing I ever fucking treated myself to. For real, for real. All right. So we're going to start with Rita, then Kelly, then Victoria. And I'm just going to give one more shuffle on this deck. When I tell you I just walked in the door like 20 minutes ago, I did. I did. I was like, it's still Friday, damn it. All right. So Miss Rita, you're first. We're doing deck number 1. Let's see what card Spirit would have for you and anybody who catches it in divine time. Had a staycation this week, Christina? Nice. All right, Rita. Guess who ain't gotta explain shit to nobody? You. Guess who ain't gotta explain shit to nobody? Love that. It says, quit trying to explain yourself to everyone. No one has to understand your brand of cuckoo. You got to own your shit. But that's a whole lot different than trying to get everyone to sign off on whatever weirdness you want to create. So get on with your freaky little self, you little freaky fuck. These cards. Yeah, you really don't have to explain yourself to anybody. And that's the truth. You know, if you want to do something with your life and people think it's crazy, or people think it's weird, or people think it's off the wall, or people think it's impossible, or people think whatever the fuck they want to think, it doesn't really matter what they think, you know? And at the end of the day, you really don't have to explain yourself. If you don't want to do something, you don't want to do something. If you don't want to talk to someone, you don't want to talk to someone. If you do want to talk to someone, then you do. If you do want to go somewhere and do something, well, then you do. You know, it doesn't have to make sense to other people. It just has to make sense to you. You do as you're guided, and everything else just kind of falls into place, right? So, yeah, people can think whatever the fuck they want. If you feel the need to explain something to somebody, I'll put it to you in this perspective. If you feel the need to explain it to somebody and convince them, a part of you is trying to explain it to you to convince yourself. Because it really never matters what they think. It matters what you think. So if you're explaining it, it's because you're not quite 100% on trusting yourself with it. So trust yourself. You can let people know what you're choosing, but to explain why, it's just not necessary. This is what I'm doing, period. This is what I'm not doing, period. They can feel whatever they want to feel about it. Hi, Andrea. How you doing? Nice to see you back. Yeah, people can feel however they want to feel about it. You don't got to explain nothing to nobody. They're not living your life. You know what I mean? They're really not. They're not inside your heart space. They're not inside your head. They're not inside your finances. Like, it's not their business what you choose. Nobody has to like it. Just you. Just you. If it resonates with you and it feels good to you, that is literally all that matters. All right. So Miss Kelly, deck number 2. Here we go. What card for Miss Kelly, please? And all those who would resonate with the guidance and divine time. What card for Miss Kelly? Oh, there it is. Card number 1. Oh, you're welcome, Rita. Hey, Lisa. It says, the mystic. There is a reason you have those dreams. Keywords are intuition, high priestess, and visionary. Alrighty, Lisa, I got you. Pick deck 1, 2, or 3. There is a reason. Dreams are not just nighttime dreams either. They're daydreams, they're visions, right? They're aspirations and desires that we visualize and focus on, right? So the affirmation, it is about self-belief. It says, I trust that I am a powerful visionary. It says, when you're a mystic, stop doubting your insights, visions, and dreams. Your magic and intuition are on the rise. You are more powerful right now than you might think. Trust that there is a reason you have been given these things at this time. A hidden layer just beneath the surface will soon appear. Take special note of any visions, peculiar night dreams, new desires, new life goals, or seemingly quote-unquote random ideas you'd like to take action on. Have you had any recently? Ponder and pay attention. Perhaps there is one or more coming. You're a strong portal of divine connection. It's time to take a closer look within. And when you do, don't invalidate yourself. Believe. Take inspired action and heed the signs. There are omens pointing the way, pattern signs and repeating themes. Observe, allow, listen. You know what's interesting? Things that pop up like quote unquote random, right? Deck number 3, Lisa, I got you. Random shit, right? I had a hawk. I was driving to work. The hawk was driving alongside my car at ground level. It was flying alongside my car with me, keeping the fucking speed at ground level, just flying right by my side. That was on the way to work. And on the way home from work, now I have never actually witnessed or seen like a crop dusting like airplane, but we're surrounded by cornfields and stuff out here. And I'm driving down the highway and I see this crop duster, right? And it was flying so low. And I mean like just feet above the corn. Well, where I was crossing on the road, it literally went directly over my car. The airplane was like literally 10 feet above me. And I was like, holy shit. Like, wow, what an experience. Like, that was so crazy. You know what I mean? But it was like so close. It was so close. And it's like these odd, quote unquote, random things. And it's like, things are flying. They're in alignment. Things are flying in alignment, right? They're literally flying in alignment. Like, what are the odds of the crop dusting plane crossing the road at the same exact place and time that my vehicle is? It's never happened before in my life and will probably never happen again. Like, that would be fucking wild. So, you know, we got all these synchronicities that just reveal themselves. And I've had this song by Katy Perry stuck in my head for like the last 4 hours, Dark Horse. Given, I think that is probably one of her worst, most popular songs. But there's certain lyrics in there that just keep replaying, like, because I'm coming at you like a dark horse. It's people not necessarily betting on you, but you're the winning horse. You know what I mean? Like, you're the one that's going to end up taking the race. And it's just that vibe. So follow your signs and synchronicities, your patterns, follow the vibes of your dreams and what they're telling you. We had this discussion. If you go back to the August all signs reading, I don't know if you have any Aquarian placements, but I believe it was Aquarius's reading where I was talking about dreams and how to discern through the feelings when you wake up from them. And I think there might be a message in there for you, regardless of whatever your placements are, because Aquarius still rules one of your houses. But I think that is a good general message for anybody. So I would go back into the August all signs and watch Aquarius and hit their timestamp and see what resonates with you, especially with whatever the fuck is going on now, right? So remember how powerful you are. Remember you have beautiful visions. And when you stay in alignment with those feel-good feelings, doors fly open. They fly open. Like, I was just talking about it with Tanya. And Capricorn is my 7th house ruler. And whole sign, it rules my 7th house. And Pluto, of course, is going to nod back into 29 degrees Capricorn, opposed my moon, right? We have this full moon in Capricorn coming up at 29 degrees Capricorn, conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, right? Still at like 0 degrees, 1 or 0 degrees or something like that. And it's opposing my moon. And I've been going through a huge integration with my intuition and work and myself and how it all ties together, right? Cancer and Capricorn energy. And I just let go of, right, the house of partnerships, the 7th house. I just let go of the last, I guess you could say, soulmate, right, from my past. I just let go of the last one. There was no one else from my past that I could have possibly have reconnected with on any level except this one person. And I decided to shut it off and move forward. And so it was like the last strands of past energy were just gone. You know, they were just gone. And all of these things started unleashing, and really kind of stepped into my own authentic power, you know, with that last, you know, cord being cut, I guess you could say, the release of it, right? So as you continue to feel through things, trust your feelings. That high priestess energy, trust your feelings, your intuition, your self-belief. It doesn't matter if it makes logical sense. The intuition doesn't run on logic, right? The intuition is divine. It doesn't run on logic. Hey, Cynthia. It runs on divine will. And when you can tune into that and trust it and take logic to an extent out of it, you'd be surprised, because it wouldn't make any sense for me why I would cut said person off. He didn't do anything to me. We get along really well. We've gotten along very well as friends with chemistry for over 20 years. And nothing was ever acted on it. But it was the wondering, right? The wondering, well, what if it ever happened? You know? But the reality is, it's like, I came to the conclusion, I was like, Grace, because I have to go back to New Jersey. I would literally be 10 minutes away from said friend. And I said, it's going to throw your whole path off. Like, if it was meant to open, it's had over 20 years to fucking open. You know, it didn't fucking open. Stop wondering. Just let it go. Just let it go. Let them stop wondering. Like, forget it, you know? See what path lies before you when you allow everything, including yourself, to just be new. And that was when my HR called me up and was like, hey, do you want to go see the new store? And I was like, yeah. Yes, I do, actually. That sounds like so much fun. And so it's like confirmation, the way things work out. It's confirmation. So just keep that in mind. When you listen to your self-trust, Spirit will give you that confirmation that you're listening, because it'll feel things that feel really good will just happen and pop up. Right. So, Risa, I've got 4 people on the list, and I only do 3. So I would highly recommend taking any of the guidance cards if you feel pulled to them. All right, take any of the guidance, and hopefully catch it next Friday. Hopefully catch it. Everybody popped on like super fast this week. So, Miss Victoria, you are next. I'm going to pull deck 3 for you. It is the Power Thought cards. So let's see. Let's see what comes out. Spirit, please, for Miss Victoria and anybody else who would resonate to the guidance. Let's see. Oh, Andrea, I just saw your comment too. I would give you the same beautiful advice that I just gave Risa, because I already have 4 people on the list, but I do highly recommend taking any of the guidance for yourself. All right. We're all connected here, literally. Literally. So let's see. What card for Miss Victoria? Ooh, that came right out. Loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. Loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. My heart is open. I allow my love to flow freely. I love myself. I love others, and others love me. That is the mantra. You know, and I will say this about love energy, because like the example I was just giving with my friend of over 20 years, right? 20-year friends with chemistry that we just never never acted on, but always wondered about, right? I loved him immensely when I let him go. It was an act of love, right? That love of myself, that I was able to choose that, right? To free myself of the wonder and get excited about the unknown. It allows him the same gift, right? To release the wonder and truly open up to whatever or whoever is divinely meant for him. So love comes in a lot of different forms, right? Love is not it's not martyring, that's for sure, but it is truth. Love is honest and open and merciful, not just for other people, but for the self, right? What I did was an act of mercy. When you love yourself and are true to yourself, everybody who is in alignment falls in line, and anybody who is not in alignment falls away. Your truth is your truth, and it's going to guide you 100% of the way, 100% of the time. And it's the greatest act of love there is. You know, when you hold compassion for yourself, you do ultimately hold compassion for someone else, because when you stop holding yourself up, you stop holding up other people. Sometimes people in your life are meant to be there in your corner, would never hurt you in any way. And those are your people. Like for me, that's you guys. That's my soul family. Those are my soul sisters. That's Tanya. You know, like that's the love that I share with other people. And anybody who would, you know, romantically come into my life would be on the same par with that. They would never hurt me, you know? So loving others is easy, right? It's easy to love others when you love yourself, because if you're not loving yourself, the others that you have in your life, loving them is a challenge. Loving them is a struggle. And it's because you're learning to love yourself. You're learning to love yourself. And that is the reminder. When you love yourself, loving others is easy. When you do not love yourself, loving others is a challenge. It is hard to love them. They are hard to love people, or completely unlovable people, right? So keep that reminder, because others want to love you, but you have to be open to loving yourself enough to receive them, right? And that is the guidance. So I have faith that will help you move forward if you heed the advice. Allow your love to flow freely. Allow your heart to be open and honest, right? Open and honest with yourself so that you can do that with others. And I think you will find that the others that vibrate into your life from there, it'll be really easy to share the same energetic space with them, whether they're romantic or friends or business or whatever, you know. Relationships are meant to be easy. They're not meant to be challengeless, right? They're always challenging us to improve, but they're not painful, right? There's a difference between challenge and pain. And I think that the struggle, that has to be discerned through, right? That has to be discerned through. Me and Tanya, for example, right? We're friends. We've been soul sisters since like 2017, 2018 now. And we challenge each other, right? To grow and see differently and remember that we're loved, and we would never hurt each other. It's not a struggle or painful for me to love Tanya, you know, but it was painful. It was a challenge for me to love the friend of 20 years that I just let go of. It was painful to have certain feelings suppressed and buried and always wondering. It didn't feel good to know that I was capable of loving someone and it wasn't being drawn out of me, you know? So discern the difference. Who is willing to grow with you and rise with you and love with you, and what is painful? Because if it's painful, then you need to love yourself just a little bit more, right? Hey, Megan. Yeah, I love you so much too. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. And Missy Lisa Deck number 3. Let's see. You know, I might pull a final card just for anybody who wants one. Like, not a specific person in the chat, but for anybody who is viewing that just needs that one extra card. All right, so we'll do that. I'll pull a collective card at the end. All right. Our list filled up really fast today. It's full, Megan. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've got 4 people on the 3-person list already. But I am going to pull one more card for anybody who wants it. They can claim it for themselves, given you guys can claim any card pulled during Free Card Friday. The divine timing of it all is what it is, right? I know. I know. I know. All right, Missy Lisa. I prosper wherever I turn. I prosper wherever I turn. It says, I now see opportunities for abundance everywhere. I am blessed and prospered. That is the power thought, right? Hey, CB, how are you? That's all right. You found me again in time. So welcome back. Missy Elisa. Prosperity. I mean, given we often link it to finances, which this reading may very well be about. You know, if you've been worried about money or worried about, you know, what is coming in against how much is going out, right? And trying to balance the books, so to speak. I think that knowing that you're always taken care of regardless, no matter how it shakes out, will help ease the worry off, you know. So a lot of the times, like, even with Spirit on my journey, and you guys that have been with me for a long time have seen it. I mean, there were times where I was literally, I think I moved 20 times in 1 year. And that included 3 different cars and like 3 or 4 different friends' couches. Like, it was wild. It was a wild 3 years when I first started my healing journey, when I chose myself for the first time. It was a wild roller coaster. There were times where I was literally buying a pizza and eating a slice a day and drinking a cup of instant coffee, and that was like my meal. That was what I ate for the day because it's all I could afford. And if I could afford a case of ramen, you know what I mean? Like, and I still got through those periods. You know, there was a time where I didn't know how I was going to make my rent, and I got gifted, right? This guy named Tom, who has passed away now, donated like $1,500 out of the blue because he said, you know, Grace, you do amazing things that I could never do. And he said, and if I could help you on your journey in some way, he goes, maybe I'm helping them too. And I paid my rent. I paid my rent for that month and the half month that I had left before the move out date. You know, the money just showed up. Even now, like in my life, the different choices that I've made, money just flows in. Like, I'm making more money now than I've ever made in my life with my daytime job. And I still have the freedom to do what I do here in my personal soul work. You know, like everything is available. And it's because there's a certain place of trust. You know, sometimes we have to budget and let go of certain bad habits. Sometimes we have to let go of certain bad people, you know, that are just financial fucking drains. And sometimes, if you ever been to a casino, you gotta spend money to make money. You know, it's like no risk, no reward. Sometimes you got to go all in, you know, and really put your money where your mouth is with certain things. And so whatever you're guided to do, I wouldn't be afraid, because being afraid will always close doors, right? You don't have to say yes to every door. You have to use your discernment. Not every door is meant for you, but should a door be meant for you, allow yourself to make that call. Allow yourself to make that call, whatever that is. So money, don't stress about money. The more you stress about money, the more you're going to stress about money. I think that if you take it out of context, prosperity, to feel wealthy in soul, truly is to be in a place of gratitude for all that you have and all that's coming, because you know you are loved by a divine power so much greater than you could possibly even imagine that it is, right? The mind can't conceive it, let alone see it. And when you start to tune into that frequency, you do start to actually see it. You see it work for you. You see little miracles happen. You know, maybe you go to the gas station and decide you're going to sign up for rewards today, and you save 25 cents off the gallon at the pump, you know, and it's just like feeling grateful for that little miracle that you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to sign up for Circle K rewards, you know, and you get 25 cents off. And it's like, that feels good to save that money, you know, even if it's just a few bucks. And it's the gratitude, right? It's the gratitude. It's knowing that you can create whatever vibration in your life that you want. Choice is a beautiful gift. It is. We have our free will choice to choose whatever we want. But when we choose of our own free will to align it with trust in the divine's will, because we trust that the divine loves us and looks out for us and sees us, and all we have to do is allow ourselves to be seen by ourselves and be consistent in that, and everything grows from there. Everything grows from there. And some things grow faster than others. Like an oak takes a while, but bamboo grows like fucking weeds. You know, so just allow your growth to be what it is. Because as soon as you tune into the energy, it's like putting yourself in the right environment. You know, we were talking the other day in one of the videos, one of the lives that I did about seeds. And you can't just plant a sunflower seed in the desert and think that it's going to bloom and thrive. It's fucking sandy as hell. There's no water and there's blaring fucking heat. It's not going to grow. Neither will you if you don't create the right energetic environment for yourself in here, right? In here. Which means you need to be able to have that confidence in yourself, right? That's your sunshine. You need to be able to have that love and compassion and mercy for yourself. That's your water, you know, and you have to have the right people around you, because that's your nutrition. That's the energy that you can soak into and allow to become a part of you and grow and thrive from, you know. It takes a team. It takes a team. And remembering that you're not necessarily alone in all of it, you know, and that's important. So you prosper wherever you turn. Trust and believe that, right? I prosper wherever I turn. That's the mantra. I now see opportunities for abundance everywhere. I am blessed and prospered. You know, I still to this day thank Spirit for every fucking penny I find. I'm like, yep, I'm blessed. Yep, I found that coin on the ground. I'm blessed. I'll put this shit right in my pocket as a reminder. You know, and it doesn't matter how small the blessing is, as long as you acknowledge the blessing for what it is. You know, and we were talking, I think it was me and my present boss at work, because she was going on about how, you know, she was feeling kind of broke. And I said, yeah, but you paid your rent, right? And she was like, well, yeah. I said, and you paid your electric and your internet and your phone and your car and all, right? And she was like, well, yeah. And I said, well, then you're not broke. You're responsible. And she was like, okay. Like, you're right there. I was like, I know. But it's truth. You know, we use these words like we're broke, but we're not broke. We're being responsible, because there are certain things in our lives that allow us to connect to what we want to connect to. It allows us to connect to a sense of safety. It allows us to connect to literally a sense of connection with other people. It allows us to connect with our peace. Like when you put a roof over your head, you're connecting to your safety. When you put your phone and keep it on, you're staying connected to the people that you want to stay connected to, because they're your lifelines, right? when you are putting food on your table, you're staying connected to nourishment. So you're not broke, right? You're energetically responsible. Yeah. You can move forward now. I know. I'm glad you reconnected too. I love you very much. I love you, Elisa. That's all right. You're growing now. We're going to get you right in that energy. Right in that energy. Sometimes all we need is a reminder. And it's a great reset. It's a great reset. You're in control of your own energy. Nothing else out there, no experience, no situation is in control of your energy. There could be shit hitting the fan all around you and you could smile because, well, it ain't your shit. Everybody else's shit's flying around, but it ain't yours. You know, perspective. Your shit's under control. You could freak out like, oh my God, there's a shit storm. It's all around me. Yeah, but it's not yours. Yours is under control. Amen to that. All right. Collective card. We're going to use deck number 1, Spiritual as Fuck deck. All right. End it on a very adult and humorous note. Let's see. What guidance would Spirit have for anyone who would be guided to this message now or in divine time, whenever it is meant to catch them? This came out in one of the readings I did the other day. It was either Pisces or Virgo. It might have been Virgo. So special nod if you've got some real Virgo placements in your chart. It says, you are not required to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. You know how you can tell if someone is taking advantage of you? You feel like shit after giving to them. That shit isn't healthy for anyone. Put the matches down and back away. They can get warm on their own. Now go do something kind for yourself. That's better service to the world anyway. Really, Virgo moon? Moon signs are interesting, man. Moon signs are interesting, and you've got it with a stellium. That's intense. Virgo is one of the most intense signs, and it's underestimated. People underestimate the intensity that Virgo is under. But I feel you. Virgo is my IC line. But this is the truth. You know, when you give to somebody and do for somebody, and you feel like shit after, you know, even if it felt great to do it for them and help them in the moment, if it felt like shit after the fact, because when someone is taking advantage of you, you will feel like it's not reciprocated. You will feel like someone is not grateful. You will feel all kinds of things that don't feel good if someone is taking advantage of you. If someone is not taking advantage of you and you know it, there is never a doubt, never a second guess in your mind, never a single regret for giving to said person, even if they never gave it back, even if they never reciprocated it, even if they couldn't. They're not taking advantage of you. It never felt bad to do that for them. But if it does, if you give to someone and they don't even treat you with respect, if you're kind to someone and considerate of someone and they are not the same way, you are lighting yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. You're not required to do that. That means you are of high value. They don't see it, which means you don't see it, or you would not be dealing with that person you would not be dealing with that person. You put in all this thought and all this energy and all this love and maybe all this money, all this time and presence for someone. And they just shit on it. And you're constantly chasing the reciprocity, doubling down, tripling down, because you want the reciprocity. You want the return on the investment of energy that you've put in, and you're not getting it. It feels like shit. This was a message inside that I'm pretty sure it was Virgo's reading that I just did with the Astro Dice. And I think it was called, They Didn't Steal Your Person, They Stole Your Problem. And it can go into alignment with friends too. You know, like one of the analogies I gave at the end, you know, because it doesn't always have to be romantic. You know, a lot of times people pop on YouTube and collective reads and they, you know, they're applying it to love situations. But it could have been about a friendship. Like you could have been best friends with somebody and bent over backwards for them. And you would have answered your phone at 3 a.m. and you would have came and picked them up an hour away because they had a bad day or they got stranded somewhere. Or you would have, you know, helped them out with their bills or babysat for them or, you know, help them out with their pets or whatever the fuck. You would have done anything for them. You were like, you and them were quote unquote best friends, right? But they wouldn't do it for you. Maybe not to the same extent, at the very least. And maybe they pick up a new friend and all of a sudden you're chopped liver and you know this best friend isn't good for them. They're not a good influence on them. Maybe they're encouraging them, you know, to drink or use drugs or whatever more. Encouraging, you know, poor behavior or misaligned choices. And your quote unquote best friend doesn't want to hear it and you're chopped liver now because they've got a new bestie. And it's like, whoever that third person was, they didn't steal your best friend. They stole your problem. They stole your black hole. They stole your one-way pour. You should be grateful for that third person. They didn't steal your person. They stole your problem, right? You were burning yourself to keep them warm, and they weren't doing anything to fuel the fire and keep it going. They weren't giving you any energy in return. You were just burning off. That's what this guidance card is about. If it doesn't feel good in hindsight to give to somebody and you start to feel some type of way about it, like you should not be giving to that person. At any point, it flips into that feel like shit state. That's when you cut it off. It doesn't matter if you've been giving to that person your good energy for 10 years and had no problem with it being an unbalanced give. You had no problem with it. It never felt bad until now. Until now. And when that now moment hits that it doesn't feel good anymore, that's when you stop. That's when you back off, right? That's when you back away. You put the match down and you back away. It isn't healthy for anyone, not them or you. Yeah, it's got to feel good. It's got to feel good. You and another person can always come back into alignment, can always come back into connection later when it feels good. If it can come back and feel good. But to continue to give to someone when it feels like shit, the only thing you're doing is building resentment. Think about that. If you were to continue to give and feel shitty about it after, the only thing that builds from that point forward is resentment. And it's better to let the good memories and the good giving be what it was and let it go before you resent them for it, before you get mad at yourself for it. It's not worth poisoning the last however many good times you've spent with them, right? Sometimes it's better to just let it go and let it be what it is, where it is, and trust that if it is meant to pick back up at a later time, it will. Let people go through their healing processes. If they have to welcome in a different energy in order to learn something, great. Thanks, Spirit. Someone is teaching them something that you don't have the heart to teach them. It's not in your nature to be that teacher. There's a reason why there's hawks and why there's mice and why there's wolves and why there's raccoons. Like, there's a reason why they're different. They all play a role in the greater scheme of things. It's no different with people. So that is the guidance message, right? That is the guidance message for everybody. Yeah. I have a lot of love for Virgos in my life. I've always had a lot of love for Virgos. My Sag stellium will make them crazy sometimes. Virgos are so organized and they like everything just so. And I understand. My inner child feels it. You know, I always tell people, like, my IC line organizes my closet by sleeve length and color. They're in order because my Virgo inner child is just super happy that way. But my Sagittarius means there's piles of everything else until I do it. There's piles of shit everywhere until I get around to actually being that kind of organized. Yeah, Virgos are real particular. They like things a certain way. When it is not a certain way, they go into high anxiety. They do not like surprises. They do not like things out of place. Makes them crazy. They can't do it. They function better when, like, everything is clean and in order. They can relax. They can relax when things are just where they're supposed to be and when they're right. So for real. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I believe it. Well, I hope these messages, if they found you in divine time, have helped you out. Mm-hmm. Don't let me know. Yeah. Yeah. My youngest sister's a Virgo. Uh-huh. I'm real particular about the dishes too. Like, and we don't have a dishwasher, like a machine. We don't have a dishwasher machine here in this unit. That is something I'm not going to compromise on when we move into our new place. Once I get the new store open, I'm going to be moving out into the area to be closer. And dishwasher is a non-negotiable. I'm getting my dishwasher. We have a 2-basin sink right now that I run like a tight ship. I'm so nuts about it. But yeah, details. Details. I love you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed Free Card Friday. I will be, what is tomorrow? Saturday. I will be live for the weekly duality report tomorrow for July 20th through the 26th. And then Sunday is the moon event. So we will be doing the second full moon in Capricorn on Sunday. I will be live for that. We're going to go over the cosmic currency, which is the astrological transit breakdown. And then we're going to get into all of the secret code names, which our Vedic gods and goddesses came through for this one. For real. So until we next meet, y'all, my love and support is with you forever, now, and always. And I will see you again soon. Making moon water. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I might be making some jewelry if I have time. But yeah. Good night, everybody. Blessings to you always. Take care.